Welcome to episode 230 of the Ben Briggs podcast. I am Ben Briggs. It is Saturday, people. Saturday the 17th of July, 2021. And I hope you're doing well out there, enjoying your weekend. It's a beautiful weekend here in the UK. England specifically. But yeah, it's beautiful outside Briggs Towers today. I've been doing a little bit of gardening. Oh, yeah. Getting them green fingers going, baby. Seeing if I can actually take away. This is what I'm doing now, guys, yeah? I'm taking away from global warming, yeah, by planting plants and shit. So, you know, just doing my bit. I'm sure that won't make an ounce of difference. Planting a few fuchsias out there. Getting them looking nice. Is that what you're doing, Ben? You want a pretty little garden to leave for people, do you? The house sale, by the way, is still going through. I was meant to complete on the 9th of July. That was the original date they gave me. My solicitors, I don't know, have gone mute. I don't know what's wrong with them. If you ever choose solicitors, I will tell you now. Do not choose Heck Jones solicitors from Cardiff in Wales because they're fucking useless. I had to send one of those a stern email because I keep ringing up and there seems to be they just don't call back. Nobody rings you back these days. We know this, don't we? Nobody rings you back. Nobody does anything. She had fucking, you know, sitting on questions from the buyer's solicitors for 18 days because she didn't check her junk mail. You know, who doesn't check their junk mail these days? You know, you just, even out of a vague curiosity, you check that, don't you? And they're basically fucking shit. So it doesn't look as though I'll be moving this month. So we're still here in Briggs Towers, in between. I'm gradually moving things up. My bed's gone up now, so I'm essentially squatting in my own flat on the sofa. So my bed's gone up, half my clothes have gone up, loads of other shit's gone up. I'm going to have to hire a van to take the sofa up and the chair up and all my podcasting equipment up, but yeah, it's just it's fucking dragging on now, and it's just fucking annoying me. Nobody, you know, I won't worry you with the woes, but if you're selling a property at the moment, don't fucking bother. If you're buying a property, schedule it for about 6 months. That's what I'd do. That's how long it seems to be taking. She came back and she said after my email, because I was just like, look, if you don't respond to me at the end of the day, I'm going to get different solicitors. And then she fucking, like a fucking gutless coward, sends the fucking email response. I sent this at like 9 o'clock in the morning, and then she's obviously read it. I sent it also to everybody at that. I did a Twitter shaming, essentially. That's what I did. Via email. I sent it to her boss. I sent it to everybody, every fucking contact I could find on the fucking website just to try and get a response because she just wasn't getting back to me. You might as well just say to people when they say, oh, I'll pass on that message, you might as well just say to people, no, you won't. You're not going to do it. Let's not kid ourselves. Let's not lie to ourselves that you're going to pass on that message and she's actually going to get back to me. So I sent an email to everybody, and then at 7 o'clock at night, she sent it back. She'd obviously was just leaving work and just hit send, closed down her email, so I couldn't, you know, so she didn't have to read my reply until she's had, you know, gone home and thought about her mental health, I imagine. I don't know. Anyway, we got a response, but it wasn't, you know, I said initially it would take 18 weeks. No, you didn't. No, you fucking didn't. You've just changed your timescales. If you said it was going to take 18 weeks, why give me an initial completion date of the 9th of July, you fucking idiot? I didn't respond because I thought, no, Ben, be bigger here, Ben. This is going to be an email war we're going to get into. So I just didn't bother responding. And now I'm just going to deal with the estate agents. They can chase it up for me. And the solicitors can just do what they fucking want to do. And, you know, you're paying for their services and they don't even give you a fucking phone call back. You know, it just fucking beggars belief, the fucking entitlement that people have, the complete lack of customer service that people have these days. It just blows my fucking mind. Anyway, what should we talk about? We're going to, let's have a little bit of coffee, calm down a little bit. I feel like I'm giving myself a fucking headache already. Fucking assholes, man. Fucking assholes. Yeah, I've got a degree, actually. Well, good for you. But you have no sense of customer service. Stop looking down on people because you're not like a solicitor who's going into court, you know, trying to get a mass murderer off or anything like that, you know. You're not Tom Cruise out of A Few Good Men. You can handle the truth. You know, I want the truth. You know, all you're doing is processing fucking paperwork. That's all you're doing. You know, that's it. When you do conveyancing as a solicitor, all you're doing is processing paperwork. You're not standing up in court creating an argument. Jesus. Fuck's wrong with people? Just get it done. Get the photocopies done. Sweetheart. Yeah? Bash it out. And then you get me off your fucking back, don't you? And you get to piss off some other fucking customer for the rest of your life until you retire at the age of 55 because you're overpaid for being a fucking photocopier. Calm down, Ben. Calm down. She just happens to be a woman as well. I'm not just, you know, if it was a guy, I'd be the same way. I wouldn't be like, hey, man, yeah, bro, it's cool, innit? Seen any tits lately? I wouldn't be like that. You know what I mean? I'd be just as hard on him as well. Anyway, talking about people who've been in trouble, we saw it coming. We discussed on the last podcast about the fallout from the Euros with regards to the abuse some of the players of the racist abuse some of the players have been subjected to. It's when you see you know, Rashford's fucking face after missing that penalty, you can't help, you know, any normal person, your heart can't help but go out to him. He's fucking devastated. But this is an update on the fallout of that, which is man who appeared to post racist abuse, appeared to post. This news website is not committing itself. It was on his fucking Twitter account, you know. But he's got a story for that, obviously. Wasn't me, governor. I'm a fucking lovely bloke. I've got loads of black friends. I'd never do that. Man who appeared to post racist abuse at England players claims account was hacked. That's what he's done now. That's what he's done. This is it. This is what you can see like happening in the past. You know, at the Nuremberg trials. Oh, I never sent that memo about slaughtering all those Jews. Somebody must have fucking hacked my memos. Jesus. Estate agent Savills says it has suspended an employee over alleged racist post after England's penalty shootout defeat, but that the individual claims his account was hacked. That's what people are doing now. Yeah, that's what hackers are doing. No longer are they trying to disrupt elections. No longer are they trying to steal millions of dollars out of bank accounts and scam you. They are now hacking white men's Twitter accounts so they can hurl racist abuse at England players for missing penalties. That's what they're doing now. Yeah, I'm sure. On the very day, it wasn't hacked the day before, wasn't it hacked the day after, on the very fucking day that England go out. Oddly enough, when he was pissed up and angry at seeing England go out on penalties, his Twitter account was hacked. All right, mate. All right. Yeah, sure. Sure it was. Following England's defeat on penalties to Italy in the Euro 2020 final, Euro 2020s, they're still calling it that because obviously it was meant to be 2020, but it's 2021. On Sunday, a tweet from an account attributed to Savills employee said, N star 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 star. We know what that word is, don't we? We know what that word is. N star 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 ruined it for us. That's it, the old Russians. Thousands of people shared the employee's details and the now deleted comment. It sounds like the hackers got a conscience there, which came amid an onslaught of abuse faced by Black England players. However, Savills said in a statement that the staff member connected with the racist comments placed on Twitter claims that his account was taken over by a third party. The matter has been referred to the Greater Manchester Police, they continued. Savills has acted swiftly, and confirms that the individual was suspended from duty pending. Hey, we won't have racists selling houses for us. The findings of this investigation, which is being progressed as a priority, Savills has a policy of zero tolerance on any form of racial abuse or discrimination. We'll fucking sell a house to fucking anyone. It don't matter if you're black, white, brown. You want a fucking house, mate? We'll fucking sell it to you. We don't care. Greater Manchester Police confirmed to LBC that that's a TV station, that they received a complaint regarding the tweet on Monday. Yeah, it's bullshit, isn't it? That's the thing about it, isn't it? If you're gonna be racist, at least be fucking committed to it. Don't try and, say, just hold your hands up. I'm a racist cunt. I got carried away. That's it. Not that that makes it any better. But he's clearly, it's the old, my account was hacked. But some reason you managed to get back into your account and, usually when somebody hacks your account, they change your passwords and everything and log you out of everything, don't they? I don't see the point in hacking people's social media accounts who have got, 3 followers. It looks at, an England supporter who's probably tweeted racist shit in the past anyway. Within an hour of England's loss, a piece of artwork dedicated to Rashford in Withington, South Manchester, near to where he lived with his family before moving to Wythenshawe, was also vandalised with racist graffiti. Fucking hell, man. Still going on, innit? Still going on. Innit? 2021. Here we are. Last year we had the Black Lives Matter fucking marches and that sort of thing. Statues being pulled down, and people are still looking at, still, it's always going to be there, innit? What do we do about that? How do you solve that? You can't execute people. This guy's obviously going to lose his job, isn't he? Which is a bit of a weird, well, it's not a bit of a weird thing, because I'm always a bit of a, a supporter for freedom of speech, but there's a bit of coffee there. It's a difficult dilemma. I thoroughly believe that you should be able to say whatever you want, right? That's what I firmly, firmly believe, right? But some people need to be re-educated. I don't think this guy losing his job or being publicly shamed or anything like that, hear me out on this, is going to be, it becomes like a witch hunt for them then, and that they're just going to push more against that. That he loses his job, he loses his house, and all of that. Do you think that's going to make him more inclined to be racist or less inclined to be racist? From what we know about people, that's just going to make him more inclined to hate black people, because he's of that mindset where he's racist anyway. He's of that mindset that he's going to attribute all of that down to, that. And I know it should be punished in some way. It's illegal what he's been doing, isn't it? So put it in the hands of the law. Everybody is so quick to, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's difficult. It's a difficult one. I've watched that. You watched that film. What is it? The Best of Enemies, with Sam Rockwell in it, and I don't know. Hey, why don't you know the black woman's name in it? I don't know. It's because I'm quite a Sam Rockwell fan, I suppose. Best of Enemies cast. Here we go. Taraji Henson, is that it? Is that a name? Have I said that wrong? I'm Taraji P. Henson. Is that it? Yeah, I think so. Anyway, you don't get that situation then, do you? Where people actually learn from each other. There's an example of like two extremes, an extremely racist guy. He was like part of the Ku Klux Klan and shit, wasn't he? It's an education thing, isn't it? Like, I know people, I work with them, and one side of them quite racist, another side of them, quite charitable. It's a difficult dichotomy. Nothing's, ironically enough, as I've said before in material, nothing's black and white, is it? There's grey areas, but it's, if you don't associate with anybody from any other race other than white people, you're going to be, probably less inclined to be social or nice to black or brown people. It just goes, if you integrate, that's the good thing about our society now. We're getting, quite a racially diverse society. So people seem to be, generations coming through now seem to be less fucking hung up about race, which is a good thing, Maybe in fucking 8, 9, 10 generations' time, we'll get the situation sorted. But I don't think punishing this. I honestly think just if the tweets are illegal and they are racist, handle it that way. The thing is, every company or whatever is so fucking worried about getting a fucking demonstration outside their premises that they have a knee-jerk reaction to any sort of shit that people create. I'm not saying what he did is right. It's fucking disgraceful what is tweeted. But there is a guy who needs to be re-educated, and I don't think losing everything, you're just creating a more extreme view that he already held. It's difficult because, you know, you see comedians and that sort of thing being hounded over jokes, but you're like, well, and people say, well, is that a joke or isn't that a joke? Like the comedian we were talking about on the last podcast. Is that a joke? Isn't that a joke? You've got to be bright enough as a comedian. If you're a fucking stand-up comedian, I know a lot of people do one-liners online and that shit and Twitter and all that sort of fucking bullshit. Posting one-liners and that, and they can do what they want to do, but they're mainly, you know, they're family-friendly acts who are doing that. If you're trying to push, you know, an alternative view of things, you ain't going to do that on Twitter. You ain't going to do that as a Facebook post. You ain't going to do that as a fucking TikTok video, you know. You need to do that in a live environment, so you can add context to it. You can add, you know, performance to it. You know, like the comedian the other day tweeting those jokes or whatever. Of course, people are going to take it out of context. Are you some sort of fucking idiot? Are you not aware of how people react to shit these days? You fucking bellend. You know, he might as well have just gone out there with, you know, took a picture of himself with a fucking Nazi flag in the background. You know, goose stepping down the street with a fucking Hitler moustache on. It just beggars belief that people don't seem to be aware of what mediums work for what. You know, some of my material, you know, it ain't going to work as a tweet or whatever. You've got to add context to it a little bit. But obviously, this, you know, or you've got genuinely racist people who need to be re-educated. And I don't know how you do that, to be perfectly honest. You know, maybe that would be a thing. Maybe that could be a thing. You know, that would be, you know, you get to, you know, you want to tweet that, you think you've got a distance or whatever. Maybe that guy meets Marcus Rashford. Now say what you were going to say in front of somebody. It's different. The context is all different. There isn't that distance. People are very strange when when they think they've got a distance from something, aren't they? You know, they become a different. The true self seems to come out. You know, when you think you're not being watched. I don't mean like. don't mean when you're like dancing around the house to ABBA, and then go out in your fucking heavy metal shit. In your Black Sabbath t-shirt. Oh, God, I've always been into ABBA all my life, but my friends are just fucking metalheads, and I just want to fit in. I don't know. Anyway, it's a difficult one, isn't it? Everything's a difficult one these days, though, isn't it? But I think, yeah, maybe those people ought to, you know, be enforced to hang around with different people from different races. Maybe, you know, it can only help, can't it? Do a bit of community service. And that's it. In a gospel church or something. I did community service in a gospel church. I'll tell you. Not for those reasons, by the way. Mine was a DUI, as they say in the States. Drink driving over here. But, yeah, I did painting and decorating upstairs in a gospel church on a Sunday. Fucking amazing. It was amazing. They were like the happiest church-going people I've ever met. Usually, like, you go to a Church of England church, and it's fucking dour. It's fucking cold. You got some old fucking geezer at the front yarning on about what some other old geezer 2,000 years ago said. The judgy fuck. All the things that some geezer who lived about 2,000 years ago wanted to get off his chest. That's it. That's all the Bible is. It's essentially a podcast. Jesus' podcast. That's what it is, isn't it? The New Testament. And the Old Testament is just a back catalogue of previous podcasters. Getting things off his chest, judging people. I'll have a look at my neighbour's wife if I want to. Fuck you. I'll cover his ox. I don't know. Anyway, what are we on? 25 minutes. Let's have a little look at this next bit. What will humans look like in a million years? This is an article I read. Yeah, I read shit sometimes. It's not just watching documentaries, people. Yeah? I can read. Will our descendants be cyborgs with high-tech machine implants, regrowable limbs, and cameras for eyes, like something out of a science fiction novel? Mine won't, because I don't intend on having children. I imagine they will be, yes, more and more so. I imagine the rich people will be, won't they? Here's my prediction for what people are going to be like for a million years article. Or would we be smaller, taller, thinner or fatter, or even with different facial features and skin colour? That would be a good thing, wouldn't it? That'd save a lot of shit, wouldn't it, in a million years' time? If everybody had, like, the same skin colour. You know, all the races over a million years had eventually amalgamated into one. With everybody's got the same... Yeah, but then, you know... Some people would find differences in other things, wouldn't they? Oh, look, he's got, like... That guy's got half an eyebrow missing. Get him! That guy's got slightly lighter blue eyes. Or slightly lighter brown eyes than the rest of us. Get him! That's it, innit? It'll be earlobes or something like that then, wouldn't it? Look at that no earlobe cunt. Fucking get him. Just fucking, you know, wooden earlobes burning on outside people's houses. We like a difference, don't we? The human race, we like a fucking difference. We like to fucking spot a difference in people and use that against them. There's a coffee. Anyway, yeah, so this article goes on to say about, that would be pretty fucking cool, wouldn't it? If we were all like cameras in eye. I don't see where how we could evolve to have cameras in eyes, to be honest, unless, like, for a few 100,000 years we're actually wearing cameras in our eyes. Plugged directly. I like the idea of regrowing limbs. They'd have to refilm Monty Python's The Holy Grail, wouldn't they? And the Black Knight's just like fucking regrown shit. I like the idea of that. Can't lizards do that and shit like that? Can't we use their DNA to be able to do that? I like the idea of having my arm blown off and then it immediately grows back. Painlessly, obviously. Sort of like Deadpool, isn't it? What else did they say? Something else. Yeah. I like the idea. I imagine. Here's my prediction for a million years. If the human, my prediction for the human race in a million years is we're all fucking wiped out, living on a planet right at the edge of the solar system, and Earth is just a fireball, run by fucking cockroaches or something like that. The only thing that can survive in that sort of environment. Or just a ball. Earth is just a fucking ball of plastic. A molten ball of plastic flying around the sun. Like that. That somebody's, you know. All the billionaires are getting off the planet. They're all trying to get into space. Something's wrong. The rats are leaving the ship, baby. Aren't they? They want to get out there. If I was a billionaire like that, though, and I was going into space, and it was towards the end of my life, I think what I'd do, I'd just fly to Mars, land on there, step outside, be the first one. You know, if you've got 6 months to live and you're a fucking billionaire, why wouldn't you do that? You go down in history not only as being a billionaire, but being the first person to step foot on Mars. Yes, you would die, but what a way to go out. That's what I would do. Half an hour, that's 30 minutes, people. Fucking hell, what a ramshackle fucking episode that was. We're all over the place, baby. That was episode 230 of the Ben Briggs podcast. I will be back on Tuesday, motherfuckers. Have a good rest of your weekend. You take care now. Have a great time. Yeah, if you've got any questions or anything like that, just message me, podcast@benbriggs.co.uk. I will be back, as I say, on Tuesday, as long as I haven't melted by then or had cameras put into my eyes. Have a great weekend. You take care.